By the way, guys, at the top of the show, we still do want to interact with all the Patreons.
Yes,
so
we
if
do.
you want
Yes, we do.
that intro slot at the beginning of the show where we just talk, like we will watch videos together, talk together.
Is it a Zoom thing or what?
Zoom thing. It'll be a Zoom thing. It could be a phone call, whatever. What are we watching?
Ningen Isu.
Okay, cool. Let's check this ninja.
Boone Bruce.
It's starting.
All right. Oh, it's the link, right? Would you see it?
Big bums. A girl just dropped her lollipop.
Edit it. Oh, you turned it down, bro. I can't hear nothing. Oh, it's like, okay. Apparently they're influenced by Black Sabbath.
寂しくしくじりばかりのこの私に満ち足りる日は来るだろうか
Long song.
夢の叶う日あるだろうか仏様シャバタバティルシャバタバティルシャバタバティルまで出たシャバタバティル
That is so offensive.
Mother
Wow, it's still going. I thought that was the point. Just like, all right, we got it for one more chorus. We're hitting it here, folks. Okay. Alright, these guys, I think these guys are starting to take the peak, bro. Hold on, let's see how it goes. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? How do you know?
Because I can see. I've got eyeballs.
You
I got
cheated.
eyeballs.
You cheated.
Wait, I'll tell you what.
Mm.
I'm going to say a lot of things that are offensive
Okay.
to a nation. Because I don't know what nation they're from.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to use the most political correct terms I can think of.
Okay.
So, individual, they were Asian brothers.
Right.
Asian,
Mhm.
yes. And they're old.
Okay.
They're very
All
old.
of them?
All of them are old Asian brothers, and they're
Okay.
wearing like
When you say old, like
old, like 80,
Really?
maybe 70,
Okay.
and they're wearing like samurai clothes. I don't know if that's what it is called, but you know what I'm talking about, the clogs.
Right.
I'm saying a lot of things in this sensitive world. I don't know. So yeah, they're wearing that sort of.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's
Okay,
what
cool.
that's their
All
culture.
right.
That, you know,
never know,
that's-
mate.
You know what I'm saying?
You never know. And
Yeah.
then they come after us. Anyway, so yeah, he's wearing that. They're wearing that sort of get up. So they're old Chinese. I don't know,
Or
Korean,
Japanese,
could
yeah.
be several things, and they're playing. The music itself. You know what it felt like to me? It felt like to me, like a lot of guys, and I'm sure there's loads of people on our channel like this. You know, musicians where, you know, we all haven't had a chance to get onto that bigger stage. Let's be real, guys. I know most of you guys are musicians, or you have the. Here's my theory: people that like Heather, for example, one of our patrons. I believe she said she can't play anything, but I believe she has the force.
Okay.
Now the force is, I believe there are certain people in this world who are just musically inclined, and they have the potential to be a Mozart. They have the potential to be a great musician, but they might not want to realize it. It's like the Star Wars franchise with Rey. You know, she was doing this and she could, things were moving, but doesn't mean she's a Jedi yet. There's still some training to take her to become a Jedi, to become a musician.
Right.
So I know a lot of you guys on the channel are you know, you've got that musician thing. You can hear things a bit differently from your friends. You might not be able to play an instrument, but you could appreciate music on a deeper level. Now these gentlemen strike me as guys that they seem really old. So they've probably been like rock and being so accessible and so not taboo is only a recent thing. They look like they would have been working away and people would be like, what are you doing, you know, playing these instruments, you know, and they've just loved it, and I can tell that they love it, and they're just said, let's make a band, let's put 7 solos in there, let's make this crazy bam bam go bam bam go, like let's go for it, let's shoot this video, let's do this, you know. And watching that, you know, does make me happy, because it's like, oh sorry, my bad, camera down, camera back live, you can see Charles's face. Anyway, so part of that makes me feel so like, oh, like happy, like yeah, go on, yeah man. Like there's a lot of musicians out there that have abilities but it's never broke through, but they can there's no age where you have to stop. I don't want to ramble and get it all okay, cool, yeah, we know that. Now to the music, yeah, it was dated, it was a little bit, you know, a lot of tropes that have in rock that have been done before. Sorry, there's a plane flying by. A lot of tropes that have been, you know, done and heard before. Of course, there's not much new under the sun, but that part of it I appreciate. But musically, it wasn't. The solos were tasty, but musically, I wouldn't bop to that.
I hear you.
I wouldn't bop to that, but
Okay.
I do appreciate the spirit of it, where it's like these, you know, guys have just said, you know what, F it, we're gonna keep going, you know, because that reminds us of us a little bit. I think we're great musicians. I think we've had opportunity to get into certain spaces, but we haven't broken through. I wouldn't say we've fulfilled our musical potential, you know, and I could empathize with that, you know, still wanting to do something with the music. So
I'm gonna say that I enjoyed it for reasons, just because it made me think of stuff like anime, and it made me think of stuff like soundtracky sort of. You know, it just entertained me on that level. I was thinking, yes, probably because of the vocals with the music, that is, you know, obviously speaking in his native tongue.
There we go.
And it just adds something. It adds some. If I was to hear somebody else singing on that, like, you know, maybe if I heard
you'll be like, sweet
Chris Cornell or something like that, I probably wouldn't have liked it, even though I loved Chris Cornell's singing, but it would just kind of like, it wouldn't
boring.
add. Yeah, it wouldn't add to what this guy brings to it, you know. So, and I've seen a bit of the video before, and it did kind of like intrigue me. So I love this. I love this sort of stuff, man. You know, I love
things that a little bit.
Yeah, I love that kind of like the Oriental rock. You know, what they do over there and stuff like that, and it intrigues me. I haven't gone into it, but I do want to get into it. I want to know about their musicians and their guitarists and the kind of music and their kind of scene and everything like that, you know. And that with the contrast of here, with the stuff that goes here, is just it's just refreshing.
Right. Okay.
Just a little bit. There's a certain energy to it that just is like, that's like. And it's very playful. I like the way that the chorus are very playful. And the guitar is following the vocal, because it's just.
I get you. I get you.
You know, it's playful, but
fair
but
play.
who knows
suggested
what
it?
they're singing? I have no idea what they're singing about, but you know.
No idea ever.
Yeah. who it was Boone Bruce.
Thank you, Boom Bruce. Music lover just like us, and you like listening to cool and finding out about new different types of music, then consider becoming a Patreon. Okay, so what we do here on YouTube is just a fraction of what we do over at Patreon. So if you want to get more reactions, you can suggest your own reactions and hear us play some of these songs, then consider becoming a Patreon. It's a nice community over there. I kind of, not gonna lie, I do kind of prefer it to YouTube, just because you can do a little bit more, and it helps support us, because these reactions we do don't get monetized. So if you do want to become a Patreon, head over there and yeah, let's connect.